So this particular topic which I'm going to talk is really, really nice, innovative, and it has got applications almost beyond our limits. So what we are going to talk today has been listed over here. A very brief introduction about the company I represent, only one slide. Then what basically thermography is, what are the different benefits, what are the different applications of thermography, and then we come to the main topic, which is the electrical applications of this particular technology. And now there is a new technology along with the thermal imaging, which is acoustics, that I'll also give introduction to. And recently, a lot is stressed upon AI and how we can use the cloud. So a root creation technology also is available in recent times, which is adding a lot of value for everyone, especially the electrical network. A very brief introduction about the company, just one slide, and what thermography is, what are different benefits, how it is applicable for our electrical systems, and a new technology of acoustics and root creation using the digital aspects of today's life. So I'll try to cover everything quickly. Now, coming to the first slide, which is a very brief introduction about my company, which I represent. So we as FLIR, now called Teledyne, innovated this technology around 60 years back. And basically it was done in Sweden, but now we are an American company having presence in, whether you name it, healthcare, defense, aerospace, energy, test environment, safety, security, inspection, and maritime, all including. Just to give you one example, if you Google James Webb Telescope whenever you have time, that has been developed by NASA recently, almost 96% of the array has been supplied by us as Teledyne. And hopefully we'll be able to discover some new galaxies in very short time from now. And that has been done by Teledyne. So this is a brief introduction about the company I represent. Now coming to the core topic, which is thermography. What thermography means and what it is. Basically, everything around us which is above 0 Kelvin. What 0 Kelvin is? Minus 273 degrees centigrade, emits infrared radiations by default. Now, if you look around wherever you are sitting, you will see that every single object around you, whether you are drinking water, whether you are sitting on chair, using table or mouse or computer, is above 0 Kelvin or minus 273 degrees centigrade. Even if you are drinking a cold water, even if you are having ice, which may be at minus 10 degrees centigrade, that is above 0 Kelvin, which means everything, whatever we see normally, emits infrared radiations by default. What does that mean? Our eyes cannot see that. So what our eyes see has been listed over here. It is this, which is the visible light, almost 300 to 700 nanometers. We can't see gamma rays, we can't see X-rays, we all used to check our bones, we can't see UV radiations, we can't see infrared either. We all use microwave at home. We can see something is moving, we can see it is getting hot, but we can't see the waves. So that is microwave. We all are using mobile phones, but we cannot see the radiations as such. So we humans can only see here 300 to 700 nanometers, full stop. If you see my camera, I'm wearing a white turban and a white shirt. This white is white till the time there is light in the room. If I switch off the light, you can't see me. You can't see anything, whether I'm wearing white, black, or red. So in simple words, whatever our eyes see is nothing but reflection of light. You cut the source, you can't see anything. So this is what our eyes see, and that's why we humans cannot see at night. Coming to infrared, as I told you, all objects above 0 Kelvin are emitting infrared radiations by default. So this infrared comes between visible light and microwave. So from 1 micrometer to almost 13 micrometers. This is the wavelength of infrared. And how this technology works, that's also very interesting. This is what our eyes see with the reflection of light. If there's no light, you can't see anything. At the same time, since this is above 0 Kelvin, this is emitting infrared radiations as well. So a beautiful product called a thermal camera receives those radiations, transforms that into an electrical signal, which gets converted to a video signal, and you get image like this. This is called thermal image. This looks very simple but very difficult to achieve. The complete magic happens with one technology called thermal imaging, which converts invisible infrared radiations into a visible image, what you see on the table. Very, very, very simple. But again, very complex to achieve, because on top of it, we add another component that we want to measure the temperature. up to an accuracy of plus minus 1 degree centigrade with a variation of 0.01 degree C, which makes it even more complex. But we can achieve it with the modern technology. So this is a very brief introduction about the technology. Now, as I told you, infrared is everywhere. This means application of this technology are almost everywhere. Huge, security, defense included. But since today we are talking about the temperature measurement applications, so when it comes to that, electrical, mechanical, building diagnostics, research and development, the tires we are using have been developed by this technology, firefighting application. When we enter a room full of fire, there is a lot of smoke. We can't see through the smoke, but a thermal imaging camera can see through the smoke. That's another application. During pandemic, we all were scrutinized or visualized with the help of one machine at all the airports that was elevated skin temperature, again with thermal imaging camera. We can visualize certain gases. For electrical network, SF6 is critical. We can visualize SF6 from a safe distance again. And if somebody is looking for a 24/7 operation, automation also is possible for all these applications. So this is a brief introduction. Now coming to the electrical systems, the moment you enter into electrical substation, there are thousands of connectors, which is the weakest link. Now, if you have to check the temperature of a connector, how will you do it? You cannot touch it. You cannot take a shutdown. Very, very difficult task. But a thermal imaging camera does this amazing job very easily. One snapshot, you see all the images. Wherever you move the cursor, you will be getting the exact temperature. For example, here and here. Exact temperature in 0.1 degree centigrade variation. This is the beauty. Without taking shutdown, without touching anything, from a safe distance, you will be measure the exact temperature of any given object. So this means whether it is a wave trap or a fuse or a CT, PT, bushing of a transformer or even a transformer, everything can be viewed very easily and can be documented as well. This is the image of a transformer wherein the bushings are having the problem, but even if the transformer from the top to bottom, there are generally 25 degrees centigrade variation because the oil moves from up to down, and that's how you can at least visualize whether the temperature is the transformer is having any problem or not. Once you detect that, then you can go for vibration analysis or even DGA if that is needed. Otherwise, because for vibration and DGA both you will be needing a shutdown, but for the thermal imaging camera, that shutdown is not needed. So it can be treated as the first information report. Similarly, joints and terminations, very critical component of the entire network. Again, with the one snap, you will be able to see whether some connector is having a problem or not. In this image, you can see the RYB, only one joint has got the problem. If the current in all three are same, that means one connector definitely is having a issue. So again, without touching anything, without taking shutdown from a safe distance, you will be able to see all the things. Similarly, if you have got the switchboards, fuse, major issue, with one snap, you will be able to see that. Then the things comes that why there are so many ranges of products available. When you try to Google, there will be a product available for even 75,000. There will be a product available for even 1 crore rupees as well. The difference is the pixels. More number of pixels, better accuracy. You will be able to view that in a nice way. Example, if you see the lower pixel here, the temperature shown is 98.8. But the moment you use the higher pixel, the temperature is 182.2. Imagine if you are using this camera and then taking a decision based upon that, it is completely wrong because this connector can fail even tomorrow. So it is very important to use the right product for the right application. And for this, we need to talk a little bit more, but in case somebody needs more information, there's a lot of information available on the internet. You can contact us as well. Now, coming to, this was a very brief introduction about the thermal imaging and its application in the electrical sector. Like thermal imaging, there is a new technology called acoustic imaging, which means there are certain frequencies which our human ear cannot hear, but a device can, and we can visualize those particular frequencies in the form of the image. Example here, partial discharges. So from a safe distance, again, you will be able to see where the dot appears. Wherever the dot is, that means the partial discharges are happening. Similarly, the product is available for the air leak or even the mechanical mode for all the rolling items or the noise generating items which are silent. So all these applications are possible with the help of one simple device called acoustic imaging camera. A lot of information again is available on the internet. You can even calculate the return of investment by the amount of leakage you detect with the help of this camera. So on the second slide, this particular product is being used globally. This is the application story for the partial discharges, because today is the forum for the electrical applications. So whether it is busway, power distribution, transformer wiring, substation or switchgear, all these have got the issues, and as this has been included, by the way, in the FPA guidelines, that you can use the acoustic imaging camera for detecting the partial discharge. So again, a new technology which is definitely adding a lot of value for customers all around the globe. Then comes the latest aspect, which is the digital solutions. How we can use the AI, and we talk a lot about the cloud and the digital space. So both these technologies, the hardware part has been combined into the software, where the data analysis becomes very, very easy. You can put your images through, you can compare the data, whatever you did last time, and now the problem is attrition. Wherever you go in all the utilities, although we have got 1.4 billion people in India, but when you go to the customers and ask what is your number one problem or number two problem, one, of course, they will say maintenance. Second, will say people don't stay, because now more and more people, they want the office job and they don't want to go in the field. So what is the solution? Solution is digital, which means a route can be created by somebody known. Images can be done by anyone in the field, and then you can correct and compare the data sitting on your computer. So this is combining the problem of today with the digital technology available, which makes the things quite easy. Even if you have got an untrained person going into the field, it becomes very easy to use this particular technology with this new tool. It adds a lot of value. And then there was a lot of demand in the market that we all use a mobile phone, but a thermal camera is a separate device. What if we have both in one? So there is a new technology available wherein a thermal camera has got almost a mobile phone. You can download all the applications, including Microsoft Teams. So even if your boss is sitting in the office, you can have a Teams call and show what is happening in the field. So it becomes very, very critical, important, and very innovative. So this technology is available now in the market. And to add more on that, there is a thing called asset link, where all the devices get connected to one source. Whether it is a smaller organization, bigger organization, you can improve the health of your assets very easily. Again, since the time is limited, this is just an introduction of what is available in the market and how the things can be used differently. If needed, a customer can create their own application on this particular device. Example, if there's an organization called Power Grid Corporation of India Limited, they can have their own application, and all the PGCL people can use that application, and no other person other than PGCL can access that. And the server is not in India or China. This adds a lot of security as well. Now, earlier, if I cut this slide into two, majority of the people were using these technologies like this, taking the data, storing it, and then taking 7 days to prepare the report. Gone are the days now. Now we are collecting the data online almost in real time and transferring that to the PC in cloud. Even if somebody is sitting in office in Mumbai and the field person is in Nagpur, at almost real time they'll be able to analyze what is happening. So the decision making is faster. The application or the fixation of the problem is faster. Whatever used to take 7 to 10 days earlier can now be done in 7 to 10 minutes. This is how this particular complete technology has developed in the last so many years. With this new AI and digital evolution, it is even going faster. So, as a summary, since infrared is everywhere, thermal imaging is a fantastic tool to be added into condition monitoring. The more you use it, the more application you find it, it becomes almost a daily using tool for majority of our customers. The new technology is acoustics, which combines thermal imaging and acoustics all together, and you can have both the images in one software, which is called the digital solution. And as I told, everything is on cloud. Even if somebody is in Nagpur, the office is in Mumbai, you can work in real time. This is the new solution which is available. And this complete solution is available in India with pre and post sale support. So I put my QR code of the LinkedIn in case you feel to connect directly with me. Happy to help you. Thank you.